welcome to the Bottom Up Skills Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Parsons. I'm the CEO of Qualitance, and you have joined us for the second installment of our four-part series doing a case study on Zoom video. And we learned a lot in the last episode. We learned that they're essentially, as a company, Zoom are obsessed with video quality. This is their only product. This is the product they obsess about. And that's why the quality is so superior, particularly when you get into large groups. It's so superior to any of the competition. So if that's what's happening on the outside of the company, today we're going to go on the inside of the company. We're going to have a look at what's happening with people and culture and teams and all that good stuff. We're going to learn how they build a great culture and how they kick ass and take names. So we're on the second part of the Zoom case study. It's all about people and culture. Let's go. And this is really great because if a company is really doing really well on the outside, my hypothesis is, great products are built by great teams. So let's go and have a look now and see what they're doing on the inside. Okay. What I find really important when we think about what happens inside of Zoom is it starts with one of three ideas. And the first one is that they have a real North Star. They have like a vision of what they're fighting for. They have a vision of the perfect world that they want to create. And they call it frictionless video. And frankly, again, much like the product, simple, it just works. But also, having lived in 4 different countries, I can tell you I've used a lot of video conferencing in my life. Talking to colleagues in the US and Europe, until Zoom came along, there was no real great solution. And I can tell you what, this frictionless video really speaks to me. And it's actually kind of at the heart of how the company was created. So let's have a listen now to the founder of Zoom, Eric Yuan. And let's get a little sense of what frictionless video means.
I spend a lot of time talking with customers. Customers really unhappy about the WebEx experience, and I feel like it's time to build the next generation of WebEx. No matter which device you are using, like a mobile device, desktop, or conference rooms, you should make sure your video experience is perfect. To have that experience, you got to build something from scratch. When it comes to building a very scalable company, how to organize all the team members from all over the world to work together and make sure the improved productivity is very important. So over the past several years, the company grew very rapidly. We have over 500,000 business customers. Not only do we build a technology or service, we also build an ecosystem. So meaning we can integrate with the CRM application, integrate with like Zendesk or Slack, also integrate with all other hardware solutions as well. So overall, we want to be very open, flexible integration with any other software, hardware, or business workflow applications. To have the best experience, you got to take a different approach. You need to take a step back, really understand the customer problem, and then invest your engineer time into the product. You make sure it's very easy to use. It's too hard, nobody's going to use it. That's why simplicity is number one important thing to drive the video conferencing usage. We are the users, right? We got to make sure we love that solution. If your employees not happy, guess what? They cannot deliver happiness to our customers. So that's why our culture is to focus on delivering happiness to each other, deliver happiness to our customers.
So there you have it. It is all about frictionless video. And what he sneaks in just at the end is a little bit of a tease for what's to come, is you've got to build this from scratch. You can't, Band-aid some old solutions, pull this off the shelf thing from here and this one from over here. You've really got to get in there and build it all from scratch. Curious thing, exactly the same as Revolut. They've built their entire stack from scratch in order to be world-class and control it end to end. So that is their vision of frictionless video. What's really interesting is that kind of becomes the North Star. This is the product we're building. If you look at how they're going to do it, like what's the way in which they're going to operate with themselves, with their customers, in fact, with all the constituents in their community, they have this idea of building a culture of happiness And it really does become sort of an organizing principle by which they decide about how they're going to do things internally. And once again, I've been able to dig up this great little interview with Eric Yuan, the founder, and we're going to have a listen to him talking about this idea of happiness.
It boils down to, how do you feel, right? Do you feel happy or not? Make sure your customer happy, right? If whatever you're doing, you feel like, yes, it's everything under control, right? So we feel pretty happy, I just do it. Otherwise, don't follow what others did. May not apply to you. So you got to make sure you understand your team, understand your business. In our case, our culture is to deliver happiness, right? So everything centers around that. If the team can deliver happiness, we do it. We double down on that. We feel like something we should not do because could cause some problems. We are not going to do that. So we do not think about, maybe in 2 years double your market cap, your valuation, or maybe get a lot of other new customers, maybe 300 growth. That's not what we are thinking about every day. We really think about, employees happy and us customer happy. So
now the fascinating thing here is that Eric was talking about we obsess about happiness. Are we delivering happiness? We don't think about market growth and all of that. In their focus on the customer, on the video first, on their focus on delivering their happiness, they get to enjoy insane growth anyway. So what a timely reminder, be focused not on just the day-to-day and getting into that hand-to-hand combat of market share and so forth. What's clear is that they make decisions based on, is it going to help us deliver happiness to our customers and to our employees? And this is really powerful because this is what can organize their culture and help them deliver frictionless video. Now, this next and third thing that they're doing on the inside, so we see that they've got vision, we see that they've got culture, is to look at what happens when you capture, when you measure, when you survey those employees. What do you get back? First thing that you get is Glassdoor results off the charts. So what you were seeing in my previous case studies, this is one of the ways I get to look inside of an organization. And I have not seen results like this. These results are as good as, maybe a little bit better than Airbnb at its prime. So 4.7 recommendation, 4.7 stars out of 5. So it's almost perfect. 90% would recommend to a friend. This is the point of view of the employees. 98% approve of their CEO, and lots of pros here. But check this out. This is hilarious. So they have pros and cons, positive and negative. One of the most popular negative comments was, bottom line, Zoom does a great job taking care of its employees. That's not even negative. That's a positive. So they don't have anything bad to say. Look, I'm exaggerating, but my point is this, that advocacy is such a leading indicator, not only with NPS, with your clients, with your customers, but also on the inside. And I think this is a bigger learning, that if you deliver on the promises that you make to your staff and to your customers, they will be your biggest fans. Tough job is you got to keep your word. So if you're going to promise something, make sure you do it. Now, this was really interesting. Comparably, which is another site that kind of ranks reviews and awards companies based on how they operate on the inside, have given them a bevy of awards. Best company for diversity, for women, best CEO, best culture, best perks and benefits. It goes on, work-life balance, compensation, happiness. Well, bit of a slam dunk. My point here is that you can also use these in your company, in your business, to check in on how you're doing. And this is great because what we're seeing is the things that Zoom are doing in order to achieve this. We can see there's vision. We can see there's a clear focus on culture. And these are really delivering in terms of employee satisfaction. And this is on top of the fact that customers are just falling in love with the company as well. So a quick check-in on everything they're doing around people. First, it's a vision of frictionless video. So they've got the North Star. They've got this cultural organizing principle of happiness. And lastly, they're measuring things. They're seeing things in terms of NPS recommendations, awards. they have turned employees into their biggest advocates. So there you have it. We've done people, we've done the product, we've still got a lot more to go, but already they're coming in so strong on product and people. I can't wait to share with you what's coming next when we get into the world of promotion. So there you have it. That's a wrap for this episode of the Bottom Up Skills podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. And remember, if you want to go deeper on anything you've heard on the show today or any of the past shows, just head over to bottomup.io. You're going to find all sorts of goodies there. Free video courses, masterclasses. Get in there. There's lots to learn. We want to share how to build great products. So thanks once again for joining us on the Bottom Up Skills podcast.